As promised in today's 411, I'm now going to show you how these patterns were created and, you know, one method. So I have used this over and over and over again, and I want to do something different. So I'm just going to rotate that. I held down the shift while I rotated that so it would stay on even increments. Now, you go to Object, Pattern, Make. And notice I have a shortcut that I have added to this. And you add custom shortcuts right here. Object, Pattern, Make. But I'm going to use my shortcut because I don't want to do that. And I told you I was going to click this button because I don't want to see this anymore. I see this. I have created a lot of patterns, and this isn't the only Illustrator file. I don't ever want to see that again. Goodbye. Now, by default, the pattern options is on grid. The first thing you want to do is cycle through these. You know, what do we have here? And which one works? And I'll give you a clue. They all work. They may not work right out the box. We'll just stick with this just because I got to it at the end of the row. So this is what the pattern looks like with these settings. The overlap changes the look depending upon what's happening, and that didn't change. That does. So sometimes, depending upon what's overlapped, and I can demonstrate how these two that don't seem to do anything, well, I'll show you how that works right now. The other handy dandy trick is this Size Tile to Art option. Oh, and you might notice I have deselected dim because I didn't want to see, this. I want to see my pattern as I'm working. And I didn't want to see the tile edges because I know what my edge is. But, season to taste if that works for you. So right here, if we go to horizontal spacing and I just click in this box, and it's the up and down arrows. So if I click the down arrows, I start to bring these together. And there is an interesting pattern. And now this should, no, it doesn't. So we'll keep playing. So at this point, you could save this pattern by hitting escape. And if I hit escape, watch right here, this will hit escape twice. I have a new pattern that if I close that and come over here, hide that, click once right here, and click on this, there's our new pattern. If I double click on this, I'm editing an existing pattern, but I don't want to edit an existing pattern. I want to make a new pattern. So I'm going to hit escape to get out of that, hide that again, come back up here, click on this object, use my shortcut to create my pattern, and I don't get that dialog box. Now once again, let's come back to the hex by row, and we'll play that same game with bringing this in, and that's where we stopped last time. And I zoom in to make sure, am I getting this just right? Is this overlap right here right? And it doesn't look like it is. So you get in to try to fix this just so. But if we keep going, what happens? So I'm just going to hold down that button until these things connect. Now we have a different pattern, and now this does have an effect, as does this. So you can see that adjusting horizontal and vertical spacing, I'm not going to take you through this because it's the exact same thing, and you just move all your shapes around using the up and down arrows is the easy way to see it move. Just hold it down, okay? That is one of the ways you make this work. Hey, look, there's another pattern. So play around with this. Know that you have these options here, and horizontal and vertical spacing, and the overlap. Huge, huge. And when you want a pattern made, just hit escape twice to get out of pattern editing mode and a new swatch drops in.